is, and I'm so excited that you're curious about the Miracle Mastermind. You have been specially selected. We're only inviting a handful of people at a time because this is going to be a super intimate mastermind that I'm ecstatic about. A Course in Miracles has been a part of my journey since my dark night of the soul 8 years ago now. 8 years ago now, huh? And it's really, I think, the backbone to my spiritual practice, to how I've really helped myself transform my mindset, through how I've allowed myself to step into my highest self more of the times, through where I've allowed myself to step into that infinite potential, abundance, oneness, and love, and the tool book that I go to still every day as part of my morning ritual, as part of my daily practice, to help me have that miracle when things are frustrating or I get anxious or I'm in a fear state, right? A Course in Miracles has been nothing short of game changing for me. Before I started A Course in Miracles, I can tell you that I never thought I would be a teacher. I never thought I would be doing videos like this or speaking on stages, or have the following I have now. That was not part of my plan. Opening up this book and bowing down to this practice and showing up to this mind training. This is 365 days of retraining your mind from fear to love, opened up massive potential and possibilities for me in my life by focusing myself on service, by going through a time in my life where I didn't even know how to be happy, to wanting to help other people. And feeling like there is one of the lessons in A Course in Miracles is there is nothing my holiness cannot do. And that is something that I will never forget the first time I read that. And I till this day have that in my back pocket. I've done this many, many times now. But there is nothing that my holiness cannot do. When I have that in my back pocket, I can go in front of thousands of people and midwife the miracle, as I like to call it. I can put myself out there in a vulnerable way. I can have a shift in perception when I'm really going down a fear spiral, right? When I remember that. And of course, that's just one of 365 days of nuggets of these golden gems that A Course in Miracles has for you. And I'm ecstatic to be able to offer this Miracle Mastermind, because it's going to be a full year commitment of every single day you getting the lessons from the course. I'm going to read them to you. I'll send you a picture of them. Obviously, you also get the book yourself, but I know we travel, we do a lot of things. I want to make this easy as peasy as possible for you, because the hardest part, I know a lot of you guys who are watching this may have picked up this book, may already own this book, may have gotten a few lessons into the book, and tripped up, either one, because of the accountability factor, or two, because the text can be kind of thick. This is not written in easy reading language. So providing the Miracle Mastermind, giving you a place where you'll be in an intimate collective of other miracle workers who are ready to become teachers of A Course in Miracles, who are ready to retrain their brains from fear to love, who are serious about this work and showing up for these principles, and then who are ready to have weekly discussions on it, right? Who, every week I'm going to be going through, there's a lot of the text in the beginning before the workbook, and then there's also the manual for teachers at the back. So during our weekly Zoom calls, I'll be helping you go through that text, and we'll be having discussions about that text and actually flexing it based on scenarios that are going on in your life, because I think that's something that really helps drive it home. And I think would have helped my Course in Miracles journey along so much faster if I had someone that was able to kind of bridge those gaps for me. So whether you're coming to the course, the thing I love about the course is that it's a holistic text. It's meant for your whole life. So it's not just this is going to transform your money, or this is going to transform your relationships. This is going to transform your whole life. And every single workbook lesson, every concept that we go through in the text is applicable to all the different kinds of things that could be going on in your life. And so what I'm going to help you do is actually break it down, apply it to that, and have a really strong understanding and knowledge and relationship to the course. And it's going to be, you will have, after this year, you're going to have, this will be part of your spiritual lineage. It will be part of your practice. It will be something that, according to the course, once you go through the whole workbook, 365 days, you study it, you will be able to be a teacher of A Course in Miracles if that works in, whatever you're doing. And here's the thing that I love about A Course in Miracles is that, it doesn't matter if you're a teacher, a baker, a lawyer, a life coach, a yoga teacher, whatever it is, you can be a teacher of love, a teacher of A Course in Miracles. You can be a miracle worker in any job that you have. But I know a lot of you guys who follow me or who might be interested in this are actually working with people one-on-one. And so will be some pretty, a nice little spiritual credential as well for you to be confident in giving this gift to the people that you work with as well. Over the years, I have interwoven A Course in Miracles principles into everything I have done because it is my primary foundation and what I do every day. So, of course, all the clients that I see that day, and if you've ever worked with me in any context, you've known that it's very normal for me to be like, oh, well, actually in the course it says X, Y, and Z, or here's a little saying from the course. It becomes this grounding, supportive text that I really feel like is this beautiful spiritual tree that I can lean upon, that has given me so many tools, so many different tools and so many different practices to get myself from the fear thinking of the world into the love-based thinking of my most divine self. And so I'm excited to offer this mastermind to you guys. This is for you if you have gotten that niggling feeling about A Course in Miracles, have always really wanted to have a spiritual path or lineage that you felt connected to, wanted to have that mind training and help yourself get out of some of your fear-based spirals, some of your anxiety thoughts or sad thoughts, and into a space of, fear-based thoughts are lack, our frustration, our anger, right? Our worry, right? And love-based thoughts are abundance, our possibility, our potential, right? Our greatness, our magnificence, our trust, right? And really allowing yourself, the thing is, these are just words the way I'm saying, but I hope that my life is an example of what happens when you shift this mindset. And I'm not by any means perfect, and I still show up to it every day and flex my muscles from fear to love, but I can honestly say before I did the Course in Miracles, I was on a very, very, very different path. And I would have never thought the life that I had now was even possible for me. And this text and this metaphysical mind training opened me up to a world beyond my wildest dreams, opened me up to possibilities that, seemed like a fantasy. And it was all through being of service, and it was all through standing in my holiness, standing in my divinity, and having these practices where I could surrender things, where I could pray about things, where I can ask for the shift in my perception, where I could literally have miracles occur on a regular basis in my life. And so if that sounds like something that's good for you, if that sounds something that you want 2020 to be about, then I invite you to say yes to yourself, yes to miracles, and join the mastermind. It's gonna be a year unlike any other. I know that for sure, and I think it's the perfect time to do this, with 2020 being the year of perfect vision, because perfect vision for me is love-based vision. Perfect vision for me is miracles occurring naturally. Perfect vision for me is being in your infinite potential and your highest service in the world. So if you're with me, let's do this thing, and I would love to see you in the Miracle Mastermind in 2020.